can see, it looks a little different. I'm having some work done, so I might be shifting where I do my videos. So I eat pretty much anything that's vegan. I don't have a problem with. I'm eating the junk food to the healthy stuff. I like it all. In my daily life, I think I skew towards a whole food, plant-based diet. So whenever I have a recipe, it probably is skewing that way. And this one does as well. As you're going through your vegan journey, you come across things and all of a sudden, you really want something. I had a craving, as you do, for buttermilk waffles. You know, the crispy, crunchy kind. But I don't love the white flour. I'm not a friend of it. I use it sometimes, I just do, but I try to use other things. So in this one, I'm using whole wheat pastry flour so that we can get just a step away from that all-purpose white flour. So let's just go ahead and start. You're going to start with 2 cups of a plant-based milk. I am using soy milk. It's a creamier, fattier milk. I always will use an organic one because it is a very highly modified crop, but use whatever plant milk you want. Then you're going to take 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar and add it into the soy milk. It's going to curdle it. 1, 2. I'm going to stir it around and set it aside and just let it curdle. The next thing we're going to do is sift our dry ingredients. 2½ cups of whole wheat pastry flour. The pastry flour designation is giving you a finer grind. 4 tablespoons of sugar. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 teaspoons of baking powder. 1 teaspoon salt. This is ground chia. You can just buy a commercially made egg substitute. You can also use flax. I'm sure you've heard of flax eggs or chia eggs, and they gel up. I use chia, and the reason why is because when I was in culinary school, one of my classmates said she could taste the flax in the cookies or the baked goods. I couldn't. I can't taste it, but it just struck me that she could. And so I said, okay, well, why don't we use chia instead for those people that obviously can taste the flax? So that is why I use chia. It's going to be 2 teaspoons. 1, 2. Now, oftentimes, I actually do the whole gel it up thing, but not in this one because things just kind of sit and soak for a minute. I figure they all kind of gel together. For whatever reason, it worked, so I just went with it. But oftentimes, if you put the chia in water, it'll gel up like flax does. And in fact, other recipes that I do use the chia, and I'm sure I will be doing that where you can see it gel, just not in this one. Okay, so once all those are in, just put it through the sifter. And even though you sifted it, you still want to whisk it. All right, so once that's all done, set that aside. And you're going to take another, you're going to get another small bowl. I just use a larger Pyrex. And you're going to mix your wet ingredient. We have 1/4 cup of vegetable oil, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and the soy milk mixture. It's curdled up in there. Just realized as I was setting this next thing up that I have my burner, and I don't actually need my burner. I need my waffle maker, which is right here. So we're putting in of a cup. I'm going to do it this way so it doesn't fizz. Stir it just enough, just give it a 1-2. Now just put the wet into the dry. You don't, oopsie. Okay, that's next time I should wear an apron, my bad. You do want to make sure that you get rid of all of the flour lumps because you don't want flour lumps in there. We're just trying to preserve some of the air of the seltzer. This is why it was almost a fatal error that I did not have my waffle iron on. What was a dork for not wearing it? Well, but then you're not going to be able to. Okay, I'm not. Should I, people? Tell me. Should I, people? I'm gonna. Alright, I gotta put this on. So I'm splattering all over myself. Alright, so my waffle iron has preheated. I just use a coconut oil spray. Lightly. You're gonna take about half a cup of the batter. This is super duper handy because it's just a half cup ladle. And that way you can put it right on. Put it in the center. Spread around. My light has gone off. That means that my waffle's ready. Go according to the directions of your waffle maker. I don't know if your light's supposed to go on or off, or if it's fancy or whatever. Mine went off. Okay. So, beautiful waffle, yes. Now, you're going to need to make a few of them, right? So, do not just leave it on a plate like this, because what's going to happen is it is going to make condensation on the plate and it's going to get soggy. Here's what you do. You put your oven on the lowest temperature. Mine is 170, so I kind of just constantly keep turning it off and allowing it to be warm. Place these directly on the rack so that there is air circulating and there's no condensation building up, okay? Because you want crispy on both sides and you want everybody to get a crispy one. So, and you don't want the oven too hot either. You don't want it to be hot because you don't want them baking anymore. You just want it warm in there. I'm just gonna go ahead and make up the rest of this batter and then I'll come back and show you what they look like. They're done. I got 8 full-size waffles out of this. So what I do is I make them, I put them in the freezer, then the kids can just pop them out and stick them in the toaster, and voila. I'm gonna taste this for you. Okay, so first, you hear the crispy? I'm actually gonna just go rude and do the handheld. They're really, really, really good. This actually does not demonstrate very well for you the crispiness. Let's go to the one that's not done yet. Crispy on the outside. You've got to chew on the inside. Now this will be great to add flavored syrups, strawberry syrups, blueberries, fruit, and all that jazz, because they're just a nice, plain, crispy, delicious base. But they're made with ingredients that are just elevated a little bit. The whole wheat flour, the chia seed, even though it's replacing the egg, but it's also bringing something to the table as well. And as you saw, it was super easy to make. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and tell all your vegan friends. And make sure to subscribe below so you don't miss a thing. Thanks for watching.